How is the situation in your family? Is there always harmony, or are there problems? That enters into today's topic. The topic is meekness. I don't like that word too much. It gives me the idea of being sheepish, no? But that's the word that they use in the Bible on several occasions. And even Jesus says to be meek and humble of heart. I like the word gentleness. What is gentleness? Remember the way St. Vincent tries to organize things. What is this particular virtue? Why should we practice it? And how can we practice it? So, what is gentleness or meekness? One of the important virtues for St. Vincent. We can say meekness or gentleness is being able to express and control our anger so it doesn't become very negative. Is gentle and kind with others, even with those who disagree with you. Gentleness, meekness, is approachability, affability to others, especially the most weak and vulnerable. And one way we can express that is by doing this. A smile is contagious. When there's a problem between two persons, one steps back and just sort of puts on, not a frown, a sincere smile, sincere, not looking down at the person, but a sincere smile, trying to open up communication, trying to open up hearts between two persons or two groups of persons. Gentleness, meekness, includes the notion of empathy. Empathy is the notion of, I feel your pain. I understand where you are, and I can understand you. That's one of the main points to start off in order to try to solve any problems. How many here have failed in this? That is, how many have gotten impatient? How many times have you gotten impatient this past week? How many times have you gotten angry with somebody? How many of you have flown off the handle in order to express yourself? I'm in disagreement with this. Those are the moments when we need to practice meekness and gentleness. Think for a moment situations in your own life, in this past week, or maybe even today, with your spouse, with your children, with your parents, with workers, with people here in the church. Have you shown anger? Have you been upset? What is the Christian reaction to those temptations? Prayer, right? And not only prayer, but being open to solve that and to have control of oneself in those difficult situations. Many times it expresses itself in arguments around the family table or with other people around the area. One loses patience very easily. How can we try to avoid that? Maybe we can think a little of some things that St. Vincent said. He used an analogy. The analogy was this, about not only that anger comes about like a small stream And then all of a sudden it rains quite a bit, and the stream comes up and destroys many things around it. And then after it subsides and everything is dry. St. Vincent said, we need to think more of a river, which is a constant flowing situation, bringing good water, needed water, to grow the vegetables, to grow the fruit, to have control and not have too much anger, but to have it under control. How many times people have caused difficulty and angry difficulty, and we have a great example which Vincent didn't have in those days. Road rage. How many of you are drivers? How many get upset? That guy just cut me off. He can't do that. I'll get ahead of him. No? That's sort of the feeling that comes out within us instead of being calm. Okay, he cut me off. Okay, I don't have to get there that early. No, I'm not going to cause any problem. As you know, many times there are injuries and even death during road rage. Not being able to control your temper can cause great problems. Great problems. In your family, the husband and wife have a disagreement, and they go on and on and on. And in talking about preparation for marriage, sometimes we talk to them about, well, what is the situation? How can you calm down? How can you understand what's happening? What should you do if you start arguing and shouting at the other person? To sit back and wait for a calm moment in order to treat the problem. Treat the problem so that you can resolve the problem calmly. And as I mentioned before, having empathy for your spouse. How about your children? Many people come to confession and they say, once again, I have to confess that I was very impatient with the children. These are common occurrences. But how can we overcome that? By realizing your child is a child of God, and we need to be patient with them. The Lord will forgive you and also help you to bring things under control. Many times, maybe you've come to me with confession. I say this a lot to many different people who come in and say, I really was impatient. I really became angry. How can I change that? And I usually tell them, first, they usually say, count 1 to 10. Count 1 to 10. And the old way of doing that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and little by little calming down. But I go a step further. The step further is this. If you feel you're getting angry, count 1 to 10 in this way. 1, Jesus. 2, Jesus. 3, Jesus. 4, Jesus. Make the counting of 1 to 10 into 10 prayers in order to control yourself, in order to be connected with God, and also have fruit from that by recovering from your anger and being able to respond to the person in a very simple and Christian way. What's another virtue that we will be treating shortly, not today, that goes along with meekness and gentleness? It's humility. Humility, St. Vincent says, humility and meekness are like two sisters working for the same end, bringing peace and accord to everyone. So what I would like you to do is to reflect on your own life. When was the last time that you got angry? Why did you get angry? Because you have to analyze the situation so we can avoid those situations in the future. What should I have done in order to control my anger and avoid the problems with the other people? My brothers and sisters, this is very important and very common, and we need to be better at it, of not being angry, but being in control of our anger, of the situations that happen in our life. So let us ask the Lord to give us that moment, that light, when things are getting bad, so that we can step back and say, Lord, I'm getting angry. I'm impatient right now. Things are not going my way. Lord, help me. And if you're serious, he will help you. And he wants to help you. Because where brothers are together, brothers and sisters are together, we need to be, as a family, the divine family in a sense, God's family, and the Vincentian family, of being one in heart and soul with those around us. May God bless you.